Time once again for the Real People Multi-Game Solitaire Mega Tournament. As Wolf Corbett astutely observed, this game behind me is Animal Farm, and I'm getting ready to start focusing my attention on that. That tells me that's important to this current scenario, in that it means, I think, in a sort of way, that this game feels like it's about ready to be over. Now, since I mucked about with the rules, that may not be the case, but it feels like it's heading towards some conclusion, though it's, every time I feel like it's getting there, something changes, and it's still exciting for me, even though it's gone longer than I thought it might. I thought maybe Scoots would pull off a victory several sessions ago, but that didn't happen. And now it feels like Fries might do the same, so we'll see what happens. And back into it, we start with Curly. Actually, Half Pint's already moved, but Curly is using his turn to just sit there. He is standing right on the nameless. He is ready for whatever direction Fries or whoever else might turn up. Fries, as you may remember, was heading towards the teleporter. He's now one move away. Now, a lot is going to depend on what roll comes up. Well, not a lot. I mean, chances are it could delay him anyway. If he gets a 1 or a 2, though, on his next turn, he is going to be heading up there. And then Curly's probably going to strike. Scoots just ditched the Lyre of Orpheus in favor of reclaiming her broom. And Red Tomato just left sticks and headed back over to here. We'll see how Weeder has to respond to that. She was going to do the final exploration in order to come take on Der Verdammte, but now Red Tomato is closer, so she is a little tied up. And she continued to ignore him. She's in place now to explore next turn. If that tile doesn't match up the paths here, then the whole exploration thing is going to change. She's sort of in a bit of a hurry now, however, though, because Fries is very close to victory. And if she has any hope of taking victory for herself, she can't be worried about Red Tomato right now. Half Pint just called a market in the City of Mages, and the results just made the game a bit more interesting. She bought not 1, but 2 Pegasi. Together with that bow that she stole from, well, didn't really steal, she took off the ground. She was going to steal it, but Red Tomato dropped it, so she took it off the ground. She's become a contender for beating the Nameless. She still has her stone from before, her hero stone, her honor. So all she has to do is get there, and with the 2 Pegasi, she can maybe fix herself up first. So she's going to use one of these and fly over. And Curly uses his turn to wait. Big roll now for Fries in the game. This roll here actually could decide the whole game. Potentially. 5. 5 is south. Ooh. So Fries is going to go ahead and go just right here. That turns up this marker. Oh, I think he can only go to empty markers, actually. So he'll go here and have to move right back there again. It's going to stall him a turn. Once again, Scoots has abandoned the little girl, this time in a nicer place. It's Red Tomato's little gingerbread house is where she is. As long as she doesn't go in the basement, I think she should be okay. Scoots, however, has gone in the basement, and it's really her only chance right now of getting any sort of point towards victory is to take on Der Verdammte. She doesn't have any of the quests she needs. She has her lyre up here, but otherwise she doesn't have the quest she needs in order to take on the Nameless. With Scoots arriving, Red Tomato showing up in Hades, Weeder is nonetheless going to explore, and it is going to take her where she wants to go, which is very good, because otherwise that would be a huge boon for the other two. Half Pint's rolling to see if she can find the Fountain of Life, and she does. That is going to help her a lot, save her a lot of time. That roll could have been as important as Fry's teleporter roll, so otherwise she would have been lost on the path there. And it only fixes her 1, though, so if she wants to be fully fresh for her face-off against the Nameless, the deep one, she's going to have to wait another turn. Curly is going to wait another turn. Fries has to take on the spider that I inadvertently revealed earlier. That's pretty much just going to serve to delay on one more turn. I think it was Scoots who played that spider there a while back. I don't remember. But he did beat the spider. Scoots is trying to get her Goldener stab back. She needs a 5. And she did not get it, so she's going to have to wait another turn if she wants any hope against her Verdammte. Even though Red Tomato is waiting on Chaos, Weeder is still going to go forward and uncover this final tile, this final counter. And lo, that's good. I was worried maybe I was missing a counter. It is the avatar of the Verdammte. Weeder is not going to use her melee, however. She is going to attack it with magic, which means she's pretty much failing. Yep. Since she has this armor of Persephone, however, she doesn't get the shadow cube that she would normally get from the avatar. Instead, she's going to lose a life. Half Pint took another dip in this fountain of life. Curly's hanging out, and Fries is going to try that crucial roll again. Let's see what he gets. A 2, that means he can go anywhere he wants. Fries is gonna go straight up the middle. I think he's gonna go straight down, maybe. Yeah, he's gonna go straight down. And Scoots ditched her lightning in favor of the Goldener stab. She got 3 1s, which was quite a great roll. She is now, we have 3 people in Der Entervelt who are able to face Der Verdammte, but no one really seems willing to trigger it. The events of the overworld might make them change their mind, though. Fries is very close, and they might just need to go for it. And Red Tomato's not budging. Weeder is, though. She's in a really tough position right now. I feel bad for her. She went to all this work, really stuck to Der Entervelt, and it's very likely, seems to me right now, that one of these two are just going to take it away from her. But she isn't about to just let Fries win the game and not do anything to stop him. So she's going to go and roll against the Avatar. And that's a 2, a 5, and she... Actually, did she lose against it? No, she got it. So she beats the Avatar of Der Verdammte. She's going to pay a coin, and she'll go ahead and boost her. She's going to pay a coin to pick 3 of these. I'm just going to get this messy pile. There's 1, 2, a gold sack, some nectar, and a black staff. And Der Verdammte is now in chaos. Scoots and Weeder both just have to hope that Red Tomato fails. And Curly is attacking. The trap that he set in his mind has been sprung. It's going to be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? Is that what he said? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Against Fry's 7, 8, 9, 10. So he needs to get a 12 or better, which means he's got him. It's an 8. So he is going to take, what's he going to take from Fries? He is going to take, I think he's going to take this armor here. He's going to ditch his map, which is really sad. And he has Fries' armor, and that's going to shift the balance of defense considerably. Fries is going to push on, though. He's going to try to ignore Curly and face this Guard of the Nameless. It's that green guard. Fries is a pretty decent ranged ability, so he's got to get a 7 or better on 4 dice. And he did that. And so, oh no, it's a -1. He needed to get a 6 or better. So he did not do that. No, he did do that. What am I doing? 1 + 4. Sorry, my brain's very slow today. I think there's just too much conflicting excitement. I'm really rooting for all of these people here, and they all seem so close, and it's just kind of Yeah, anyway, so he did beat that guy. So he's going to be able to boost up a couple things. And it's time for Red Tomato to go against Durfordamta. He's got to get 6 or less 9 times before he, each time he fails, he loses a life. Each time he succeeds, Durfordamta loses a life. And I feel like, seeing how Fries' battle went, that Red Tomato's odds seem a lot better, which makes me feel bad for Weeder. We'll roll the first one. That's going to be 1 success. She spent this whole game chasing people out of Der Anterveld so that she could have Durfordamta to herself, but right here at the end, when she doesn't really have the luxury of time anymore, and I think she's maybe just a little tired of being underground and in the dark, and it's pretty colorless really down there. It's up here, it's really nice. This is nice to look at, to look around and see yourself among all this stuff. But down there, oh, he lost one there. It's not so nice. Alright. Yeah, he got another one. And I'm just sliding the cubes off because if he loses, they'll come back on. This is a handy way to mark his health. Yeah, it seems pretty likely he'll succeed at this point. Oh! Ooh, it's getting really close now. Red Tomato, I don't think you can see his sheet because I'm sitting in front of him, but he's down to 2 health. Durfordamta has 5 health left. So, yeah, it's closer than I expected. What did I say? You need to get 9 or better. Yeah. Six or better. What was that last roll? I'll have to check that. All right. 3 left on Durfordamta. Ooh, and that's going to be another hit on Red Tomato. That's his armor. That's his shields busted up. He has 1 life left. Durfordamta has 3. This maybe paid off for a Weeder. Maybe I bemoaned her fate a little too soon. It was a better move than I expected. And he's got him 2 left. Whew, 2 to 1. The odds are in Red Tomato's favor on any given roll, but if he slips up one more time, he's done. And you could probably count him out of the game at that point. I don't know how he could recover. It took him a long time to get to where he is. Oh my gosh, 4 sixes. And that's going to be the end of Sir Red Tomato. Well, actually, he can't recover anyway. If you lose to the big bad, you're done. Wow, that's a shock. So Sir Red Tomato out of the game. Goodbye, sweet prince. No, good night, sweet prince. We'll do it again. Good night, sweet prince. And we'll lay him right here next to his friend, and he's Aqualad. They can talk about what could have been. And then it'll be Weeder's turn. She's feeling good about her choice. And I actually feel better. I don't know. It would have felt a little like she was robbed. 1, 2, 3, 4. That could have been a pretty silly decision. That's a block. Oh, she has to go that way. That would have changed things. Oh well. Those of you who've been following this, I am not very good at seeing the paths underground. I think maybe I need to get my eyes examined or something. Or it's maybe a focus thing. I guess poor eyesight is largely mental, I suppose. So sometimes. Gray dot monster. She's going to get dinged here. That's not going to be good for her. Yep. There we go. And Halfpine's flying in. Right there, right next to Curly. She is not going to duel him. Curly's going to use his turn to jump on Fries again. He's really got... He'd like to be able to jump on both of them, but he can't do both. And if Fries wins the game. If Halfpint wins, it's just going to be a point for her. So
Curly against Fries. Fries no longer has his armor. I think the number to get was still super high, so I'm not going to figure out what the number is, make you listen to me to do that again, unless it's a high roll. 10, so that's probably something I do need to figure out. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, yeah, if he's 11, there's no way. I don't think Fries has a higher number. So he's going to take something else from Fries. He's not going to take his horse. He's not going to bother with his health, I don't think. He might take his shield. Or, well, what? Yeah, I guess that clairvoyance was kind of worthless. He could take the axe of brag. I think he's going to take the shield because the shield's also useful to him. He's sort of disrobing Fries. Curly's looking pretty mighty now. Fries is going to move on though. He's not going to mess with it. So we'll go to our boss cam. This could be the last turn of the game here. Wow, I was so consumed with what was going on in Der Anterwelt, I didn't even consider that. Fries against the deep one. Fries is working with, it doesn't really matter, he's working with something that, oh yeah, he's got to work with his physicality, so he's got to get 4 or less. And we saw that he was able to do that pretty consistently before. He's lost 3 of his armors though. We'll roll right over here on this lake by the Eremite and the boat. That's kind of a tribute. Oh, I never noticed that the Eremite's right next to the boat. If this boat could just cross the water. The Eremite was Muiz Akalad's goal, and he loves boats. Anyway, digress. 4 or less is what he's got to get. And he's got to do it 6 times. He's rolling 5 dice, so he's going to have a better chance than Red Tomato. He's got 1. 1 off on the deep one. Whew. I imagine 1 or 2 maybe 3 more sessions. I thought the game could surprise me and go on more. This could be the very end right here. This has been a long one. This has been several weeks. Alright, here we have 6. And that's 2. Oh no, I can do these 2. 2. My math skills have been destroyed. Simple addition is hard for me when I'm overcome with emotion. There we go. I'm afraid that I may have messed up Red Tomato's battle due to my math skills, but if this match is successful, it won't have mattered. Alright, that's another one. Yeah, Fries is just running away with this, isn't he? That's another one. I want to point something out. I think Half Pint was a little too conservative in her use of the Pegasus. If she had used it a turn earlier, she could have been facing the Nameless right now. Well, no, I think she still would have been stopped by the guard, actually. This could be the final roll of the game. I want to thank you all for being here with me and experiencing this grandiose competition. I've certainly enjoyed it. I've been engaged the whole time, which is not always the case when I'm playing. I've really grown attached to all of these competitors in different ways. Some of them with antipathy, but it's convinced me that I think one of the things that's good in the tournament is if there's more brackets before you get to the larger competitions. So I think in the next tournament I'm definitely going to keep that in mind. I'm definitely more attached to these characters, and it's kind of a no-brainer, right? I'm definitely more attached to these characters than I am to the ones in Conquest of Planet Earth, the Space Alien game / Gehios hybrid, because they were just kind of all came in and were thrust into this relatively short game, and it was over. But here we go. These are also some pretty colorful personalities. Definitely people I would love to game with. And I kind of suspected this. I'd have this long speech and then Fries would have his first failure, but he did. So Fries has got 4 to go. Should I give the speech again? This could very well be the last roll of the game, and I have to say I want to thank you all for being with me through this long and quite colorful journey, I would say, through Der Overwelt und der Unterwelt. These characters have seen a lot. You know, they've seen Middle Earth in between the famous stories of Middle Earth. They have seen the rise and fall of families in the Holy Roman Empire. They have seen the weird hodgepodge sporting event of Duel of Ages. And they have seen all of this kingdom, which I think this kingdom actually does have a name, but I don't really know what it is. Here we go. And that is it. That is it. That's a phenomenally low roll. And Fries, who, you know, with Fries included, he's seen not Tokugawa Japan, it's just kind of this hodgepodge of Japanese history, I guess. In Shogun brings this to the table too. He has won, and I really wasn't expecting this. I thought Fries would just kind of focus on himself like he usually does, and, you know, be impressive, but maybe not get where he needs to go. But he was impressive, even though he died once. This is actually Fries Jr., who succeeded. He was impressive, made himself the mountain of awesome that he wants to be, and then was able to succeed. So it's also good because on the poll I did, Fries happened to be the highest voted person, which is not why he won. I could see how that would look a little fishy, but no, I didn't think well, it seemed like he might have today won, but I wasn't really thinking he was going to win this. I thought Half Pint had an interesting little trick up her sleeve. I thought if she had maybe jumped on the, it still kind of hinged on Fry's failure. Curly tried hard to stop him, and he took his armor, he took his shield, but I guess he should have taken his axe. That might have helped. That would have meant Fries need to get a 3 or better. And as we saw, trying to get a 3 is a lot harder than trying to get a 4 in this game. Scoots almost had her comeback. Weeder never got a chance to face her for Dempta. You know, she just didn't do it fast enough. She probably should have forgot about Red Tomato sooner and just gone for it. She kept getting distracted. And, you know, I don't blame her. I would have been distracted too, all these people buzzing around. And if she hadn't fended them off, maybe she would have just lost sooner. So, I don't know. She made it to the final 5 of 8, and that's not bad, especially for being a loser like she is. So Fries is going on to, let's see where he's even going to be. Where's he going to be? He's going to be the Hapsburgs. Wow. And here I stand. That's going to be a great team for Fries to be in. Here I stand. They are very expansive and strong, and I think Fries likes it that way. Thanks for joining me with this. I've given 2 speeches already. That's all I'm going to say.